so long we forgot what our intro is.
When is our intro?
We do like, welcome back to Purple Bloom Podcast with Lauren and Alicia.
Oh, okay, got it.
Something like that.
Okay, got it. Cheesy. Okay.
Cheesy and cute.
Wait, is it recording?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Welcome back to the Purple Bloom Podcast with Alicia and Lauren.
Woo! And what's special about this podcast is that we're actually together right now. So that's really exciting and really fun. All of our podcasts before this has been filmed states millions of miles away. So probably not actually millions, but and now we're sitting at the same table in our shared space here. So yeah, we're really excited. So join us here for episode 10. Okay, so it's been a minute.
It has.
So we kind of just wanted to be a little bit more laid back now that we're getting back into the groove of things. Mm-hmm. Kind of update you guys on what's going on and just like, you know, just kind of chit chat with you guys.
Yeah, a lot has happened. It's been 3 months.
Oh my, has it really? It has been 3 months. It's been the whole summer.
Yeah, it's been a whole 3 months. We completely forgot about an entire episode.
Yeah, okay. I need to, I'm going to interject here and I'm going to just like formally apologize. That's totally on me for forgetting for 3 months to post episode 10.
We both forgot about it, truthfully.
No, I feel so bad because YouTube is my job. I'm supposed to post that on YouTube. And it just sat in YouTube for 3 months as unlisted or private or something.
Until today.
Until this very moment.
And then we were both like, hey, what happens to episode 9?
I know, because Alicia was telling me, we were like planning this episode, and Alicia was like, yeah, we're up to episode 10. And I was like, I thought we were up to episode 8.
And then we both had to go back and figure out where episode 9 disappeared to.
Exactly. So, but, I mean, we were both really, really busy, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was like right when we were moving and trying to get everything together, and it was just... It was a hassle moving and doing all that.
So I guess now we have to tell everyone that when we say that we're physically together, which means I, Alicia, actually moved to Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, she's with us!
Woo!
Literally the best thing that's ever happened in my life.
Oh,
it's true.
Same though.
Getting to move in with my bestie, I mean, not many people can say that they can do that, so.
And it's been a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been... I mean, there's been some stressful parts, not with us, but just like the moving in general is really stressful.
Yep, I agree.
This is my first move, but you know, Alicia moved states away from home.
It was a long road trip, guys.
Yeah,
I drove here,
and with a little one too.
Oh yeah, it was me, Luna, a very very packed RAV4, and one of my good friends, Mia, who also accompanied us. Yeah, and we like. Took a whole 2 days to get here. Yeah,
you guys stayed in an Airbnb and everything. Yep. We should clarify, Luna is not her her daughter.
No.
Luna is her cat.
Yes, my lovely cat had to endure 2 whole days of being in something that was constantly moving, and it made her very upset.
Yeah, poor thing. She like came here and I think she hid. That was the first thing she did.
Yeah, she hid into the like the little closet space that's now in my room, but yeah, she had it rough.
Poor thing. But I feel like now she's like spread her wings a little bit more. She's a lot more comfortable.
She's like right on the hallway by the stairs, sleeping as we record.
Oh, I love that cat so much. So much. We'll have to post some Twitter pictures of her. But yeah, this isn't the first time you've moved out of the state though, out of Florida.
No, I also moved to New York. How long ago was that?
That was, you moved back to 2017-ish.
Yeah, so 2014-ish. Yeah. I think it was 2014 or 2013.
Something like that.
Who knows? You go over the third decade and the memory just disappears. But yeah, I moved that time too, and it was also a road trip from Florida to New York to move all of my stuff. So...
Which is crazy.
With parents, though. I guess that was the biggest difference.
And you didn't have Luna when you were moving
Yeah, that's true. No cat, but 5 of us in a minivan with all of my stuff.
Gosh, that's crazy.
My parents, my aunt and uncle, and all of us like road tripping to New York. So actually it was very different to be on a road trip by myself. Because I started this one without Mia. Because I needed to drive to Tampa, to Mia. So
that's right.
When I left at 5 a.m., like, that was actually the first time me and my parents all mutually cried together.
Really?
Because we were all just like, oh yeah, you actually have to leave now. It's not like a theoretical thing anymore. It like actually has to happen. So that was how I started the journey.
Was it like an empowering thing, or was it like you were actually like really sad to say goodbye to them, or was it like a, you know, I'm growing and this is actually like I'm really happy to be able to do this type of thing, or was it a little bit of both?
I think it was both, definitely both, and definitely a little bit more of like the I'm sad to be leaving.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had like a whole 3 hours to reflect on it by myself driving in the car. Yeah. And then I got over it real quickly.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, all right, freedom. So, you know.
That's so funny.
Moving out is a mix of a lot of emotions, guys.
Yeah.
So. But.
Yeah. Oh. And then I'm sure it got a lot more like exciting once Mia was in the car too.
Definitely. And then also a lot more tiring by the time we were coming up on like day 2.
Oh, I
last
bet.
leg to like Ohio. Yeah, I was very tired, and so was she. So
yeah, I bet.
But that was
tired. And
that was my move out to me arriving in Columbus. But then you had a totally different experience because you were already here.
I know. I had a much easier experience.
Okay.
I feel like definitely not. I can't even imagine moving like states and states away. You know. But it was easy, but it was also like difficult because this was the first time I was moving out of my parents' house, and I'm 24, so I feel like it's long overdue. But then again, everyone's on their own, you know, clocks on their own times. You know, it worked out for me to just, you know, work my butt off and stay at home and just save up money. But you know, at the same time, it made it like difficult because, you know, everything. My room was like everything that I had since childhood, and now suddenly all at once, like I don't have time. One, I don't have time to go through everything, and number 2, I have to go through everything.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right, because I don't I can't remember if I've talked about this on the podcast or not, but I don't have the best relationship with everyone in my family. But I have a really good relationship with most of people in my family. But you know, it's one of those things like when I move out, I'm not going to be able to come back. Yeah. You know, like of course, you know, my dad, I'm sure, would always say, like, I'm able to come back. But it's much more healthier if I just don't, you know? And so it was like I had to physically and mentally kind of cut off ties almost to be able to, like, move on and start growing in my own way. And so that was, like, difficult, but it was also, you know, it needed to be done. It was long overdue. And at the same time, like, it was probably similar in, like, a lesser extent to how it was when you were leaving your parents. Like, I had to leave, like, my childhood home and, like, my puppy. My puppy was the hardest one. But I still go see her. You know, it's not, like, this dramatic, like, I'm cutting it out of my life, you know, but it's like a growing thing, and it's, you know, I've definitely... Even now, like, I've grown a lot. I just feel like Alicia and I go on walks all the time around our little place because it's in a really nice area. And she asked me the other day, like, how it was different, you know, a couple months ago to now. And I was like, well, I'm just, like, so much happier now. Yeah. You know?
I remember that.
Yeah. And it's, like, it's crazy to think that, like, just, like, a little bit, you know, you put in the work. And, you know, you have to put in the risk. It is a risk moving out. Like, it's, you know, you've got a lot more bills to pay now, and you've got a lot more responsibility on you. You gotta, you're on your own for everything. But at the same time, it's, like, very empowering. It's very, you know, you just grow so much, and you figure out who you are and who you want to be. So.
And, I mean, it doesn't all happen at once.
No.
Like, you can physically sort through all of your things, but that doesn't mean you've, like, mentally sorted through all of the things
exactly. It's so different. Like, those are two very different things. Like, physically, got all the things sorted through, nothing left at the house. You know, everything that I have here is, like, everything to my name physically, but mentally, you know, I still have, you know, my dad's still there, my puppy's still there, you know, so that takes a lot longer. But
then in exchange, though, now you have, like, such a cute setup. Because we, you know,
I
got to be here while Lauren was setting up, like, her first own space, like her her first room away from, like, you know, the childhood bedroom. And it's so cute.
Aww. Thanks, Alicia. Well, she says she got to be here. She literally had to help with everything. It was like I would try to make something or like put something up, and then it was like I would try for 2 seconds, and then I would be knocking at her door. She just like would stand by. I know, because like she knew I would come asking for help. But yeah, it was like the first time I got to like redo my room or do anything, because at my house it was different. Like none of that stuff was like mine in quotations. Okay. I'm sure people can relate. Like it's difficult sometimes when that space isn't like it's yours, but it's not really yours. I would never be able to like paint my room or to like put anything up on the walls or move furniture around or anything like that. That's just not how my family was able, you know, ran. But here I was like, I've always wanted to have a streamer set up. I've always wanted to have like a cottagecore kind of setup and like kind of just create my own space, and I think that also helps with the growth too. Yeah.
But I know, at least for me, and especially when I talked to my therapist about it, I didn't like understand what she meant when she said that like your home keeps so many of your memories and you just don't really realize it until you move, and then you're like, oh, this whole new place doesn't like have any rules yet, doesn't have any memories yet in it, and it can kind of be this blank slate. Because at home, I had all these, like, mental rules going on that I had created from, like, childhood that were still just lurking around. And, like, now that I'm in my new space, I'm like, oh, I can kind of just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah. I remember you told me about that. Yeah. How, you know, you live in the same place for so long, especially a childhood home, too. And how that you don't even think about it. Yeah. But it's, like, a whole different mind space you're in. Yeah. Do you feel like you've grown now that you've moved?
Ooh, again? Yeah, definitely. This is move number 2, and we've definitely grown more.
Yeah. In a good way, or, like, in a way, like, do you wish you grew more, or?
Ooh, no. I think this move, in the way that it was paced and the things that it's brought into my life, was at the right point. And I feel like it was a good time for me to have moved, and a good place for me to have moved to, and I think the opportunities that have come from moving here have been really cool. So yeah, and we'll have to like get into more of that stuff, because you have been thriving, like capital T thriving. Yeah, it's been good. I'm so happy for you. It makes me so happy. Honestly, because you work so hard and you've put so much time in. I won't go on to this whole spiel, but we all do. We all work hard.
I know. But, like, for the listeners out there, Alicia just deserves the best.
As does Lauren. As do we all.
No.
I'll die on that pedestal, guys.
No. But, yeah, it is cool, though, seeing how, like, you've grown. Because even, like, when we first moved in, I feel like, you know, it was, like, a moment where we kind of needed to like get settled in. Yeah. We needed like rest. Yeah. Like capital R rest, especially you. You were going through like
the day
whole drive. Yeah, and then you were
the day of we really needed rest, and people were here until midnight.
I know, my whole family came over. My boyfriend came over. All of our friends came over.
And everyone was here till midnight.
Till midnight. I know. It was crazy. They brought, like, wine and everything. I mean, it was fun.
It was.
But it was, like, it was a lot. I know. It was quite a lot.
But I'm glad they were here. Yeah. You know, I appreciate their support, because it could have been, like, nobody, and then that would have been
really lonely. Yeah. Yeah. It definitely, like, filled the place up with good vibes. Yes. To begin with. But then it was, like, especially you. We just need, like, capital R rest. I know. And it was, like, hard at first getting used to it. I'm sure people can relate. Like, if you've moved. Right. I mean, we couldn't sleep.
Yeah. At all. It was really hard. And I think a part of it was just, like, you're in a whole new place. You're, like, my bed had not been set up. It was on the floor.
I know.
No bed frame.
I know.
So it was just, like, I don't know. It was just a whole bunch of like, you know, just being in a new, being in a new environment, being in a new place that you're like not familiar with, on a mattress you're not familiar with, you know, just like random things you don't really think about until you have to move.
Yeah, like things that you don't, like, I would have never thought to get, like, that curtains, blackout curtains, needed to be like the number one thing on the list. And then it took us like so long to get those, because it was hard to like find time to do all that stuff. And you know, now that we are like on our own, it was also hard to find the funds to do all that stuff too.
Moving is expensive. Even when you try to do it cheaply, it's still very expensive.
Yeah. Oof. Because there's just so many things that like you don't think about that you need. Yeah. You know, and maybe we can do like a podcast episode on like things that you know that we've learned. If you guys are interested in that, let us know. Yeah. Do like a little how to move, things you might not have thought about. Because I know it can be scary, but I mean, I know that at least in my situation personally, I got really, really lucky that I was able to move with my best friend. And you know, if I have any questions, it's not like I'm asking a stranger, you know, or if I need help with something, like I know that Alicia would help me with it, and if Alicia needs help, I know that I would drop whatever it is I'm doing to help her. Yeah, you know, like it is kind of crazy how I was like a month before Alicia said that she was like gonna pop off and move up here. I was actually talking to someone else about moving in. And I mean, they were like really sweet, really cool, but it was just like you could definitely tell, you know, it was gonna be like a business transaction type of deal, you know, like we would be like friendly with each other, but it wasn't gonna be like, you know, we were just moving in to, you know, pay rent and everything, which is kind of what I wanted it to be, but at the same time it's like hard because there's gonna be a different set of rules. It's gonna be less like, you know, forgiving on those rules. And then I could kind of tell that they might have been a little passive aggressive, you know, in the future, which is fine. But it's also like, I don't know, I would probably cry. Aww. So it's just the best.
And it's hard to like choose a roommate.
I know, it's so hard.
You just don't know what someone's like until you like move in.
I know.
And then you like realize, like me and Lauren have very different sets of rules that we adhere to. We have very different preferences, and they just somehow work out.
I know. Well, because we're so patient with each other. Like Alicia is so patient with me. I like have this weird OCD thing where if I know. Stop.
I mean, you don't have to tell it all. It's okay.
No, I just need to accept it. What if someone else has a weird OCD carpet thing too? So I, like, if someone steps on the carpet with their shoes on, I immediately need to vacuum it for some reason.
That's fair.
I mean, it doesn't hurt anyone to vacuum right away, but it's also, like, very, very probably frustrating for people, I'm sure. But Alicia, like, is so nice, and like if I need to vacuum 3 times a week, she'll just let me do it.
I will. And I mean, sometimes we have maintenance in here frequently and we just have to vacuum.
I know. Our AC broke the other day, guys.
Oh
and
man. What an experience.
What an experience. We don't have to get into that, but it was the worst.
It was an experience. And I lived in New York with like no central air, but this was like whole nother experience.
I know, it was rough. But I feel like your rules though are very, very easy to follow and like respect.
I think it's because I just don't push them on anyone else. Like they're my rules. So I adhere to them, but I don't really care if anyone else does. So
like, can I give an example of one of your rules? So like one of her rules, or one of her like suggestions, really, because like you said, you never like force anyone to do them. Yeah. She likes to hand wash the dishes.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so like, which is totally fine with me. Like I'll just hand wash the dishes, we'll do it. But sometimes I'm not the best at washing dishes, and I'll like wash them quickly or something like that, and then I'll catch it and I'll be like, oh gosh, this one's still dirty. Like I'll catch it like after I put it in the cupboard. And so, you know, then I'll just ask her like, hey, is it okay to like, you know, run the dishwasher with a couple of our dishes because I messed it up again. Oh. And she's always like, yeah, sure, I don't care, whatever you want to do.
Because I don't. I genuinely don't.
So I'll just like throw a bunch of the dirty ones that I missed and then, you know, run the dishwasher for an hour or whatever, and then that's, you know, good to go. So it's like really small things like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes it really easy to live with.
And I mean, I think it's because we're friends too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. I would do anything to make you happy.
Aww.
At the end of the day. So.
Same. Aww.
But, so do you want to talk about moving with Luna at all?
Ooh, just don't do it, guys.
Don't move with cats.
Just don't move with your cat. If you're gonna move with your cat, just get him on a plane. I already know that's like a whole thing. I've already moved with the cat on a plane. I know how it goes. It's stressful. But her in the car, like, I could tell for 2 days she was just very, very unhappy. So, would not recommend driving across any large amount of states with a cat. So, that's my only advice for that. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Solid, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you want to jump into the things that we've been working on with our podcast?
We've been working on some stuff.
We've been busy. Well, now, of course, we're getting back into the groove of it. We got our setup. We're, we're thinking of a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're here physically together.
Yes.
Like, I feel like the ideas flow a lot more easily, and we can, like, plan things. Like, Tuesday nights are always our night.
Yay.
You know? It's our Purple Bloom night, our, like, little date night, like, whatever. We want to do it, like, Tuesdays and, like, even Sundays, too, and sometimes Friday nights, you know? So, with that being said, we've had more time to discuss fun things.
Right.
You know, and we should preface this before we get into it. If you guys have any ideas, or if you guys want to see anything, or want to be a part of anything, you just let us know. This is a community podcast. This is, you know, an army podcast for everybody.
Yeah.
We want to make content that you guys enjoy and that we enjoy. And so, just message us, comment, whatever you want to do, however you want to reach out to us. But do you want to tell them about what we've been working on?
Okay, the next thing we have
the
next thing we have on our list, guys, is to talk about the radio. So we've set up a station head, which I didn't even know about until the people on Twitter, you know, until the armies on Twitter brought it to our attention. I'm like, ooh, this is cool. So we set up a station head. You can find us at PrupleBloomPro.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll be streaming soon.
Yes.
We've got some playlists coming to be set up, and who knows?
Who knows what you'll find on there.
Right.
We might have some army hours. What did we call it? Like Tay hours or something like that? I can't remember. We have some ideas.
We do.
That's all we want to say is there's things working in the works there, and we're getting in the groove of, you know, recording these podcasts again. And we've also been in discussions about some possible merch coming down the road. We don't want to disclose too much information on that because, you know, we're really in the processing stages, really.
Right.
You know, kind of getting things together. So we don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
But there are exciting things to come.
Yeah.
So definitely, you know, check out our Twitter, check out our YouTube. Hit the bells on Twitter and YouTube too for when we post content so you can get notified. Especially when that stuff starts dropping because, you know, it might only be for a limited amount of time.
Right, because we might only do a limited amount of things. So.
Exactly. So definitely stay up to date with all that stuff. And, of course, we love communicating with you guys, so we'll do whatever we can to communicate with you guys and keep this going. But, yeah, we're really excited. We go on, like, walks almost, a couple times a week. Whenever we can, we'll go on a walk after dinner or so. And just kind of talk about some ideas we have.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's basically what we're trying to say is the Purple Bloom Productions is a movement.
Yes.
But it keeps changing and keeps creating. So definitely stay tuned.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Always.
And also, we really love your comments. For those of you who leave comments, I'm usually not the one who finds them. Lauren is the one who's like, hey, somebody left this comment on our YouTube. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. It makes our day, honestly.
It really does.
Or when you guys like message us directly or, you know, comment on Twitter or anything, you know, we'll always, if one of us sees it first, we'll like message the other one and be like, hey, did you see this? And it just like makes our day.
I know.
We love it. It means a lot to us. Your support really means a lot to us.
That anyone would take the time to listen to us means a lot.
I know. Two goofballs. Just making content.
Right.
So to our third and final segment of today's episode, we just wanted, like I said in the beginning, we just wanted to make a chill episode. So we just wanted to kind of just fangirl.
Yep, honestly, that's exactly what the point says. It says, fangirl, talk about BTS life updates.
Oh my gosh. I feel like sometimes we get so busy with work.
Yeah.
And just with so much stuff, so much adulting stuff that I'm just like, BTS is such a light in my life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to make time for it. And when you do make time for it, it just makes instant serotonin.
Right?
Instant.
Especially with what's been coming out lately.
I know.
So much.
In the soup?
Yes.
Coming up?
Ooh, so excited.
You
domestic
just recently...
Yoongi.
I know, domestic Yoongi. And that's where it is.
I am a Tay bias, guys, I promise. But we all
she's
flex.
Like, but yeah, she's like a Tay Yoongi bias.
Yeah.
Yoongi's been on her tail lately. You recently rewatched In the Soup, didn't you?
I did. Oh, so good.
So good. I love it because it's just so relaxing, so chill.
And no, like, agenda, no, like, you know, not that I mind that. I love Bon Voyage. Like, the New Zealand Bon Voyage is, like, my favorite Bon Voyage all time. But,
really?
yes. But it's sometimes nice for them to, like, not have, you know, like, a requirement, like a schedule, not have to, like, you know, I don't know, be so strict with, like, their time.
Yeah.
And I felt like In the Soup was that. And I think that's why so many people liked it, because we could just, like, watch how genuine they could be with each other.
Yeah. And they're in, like, the same space, too. So there's less traveling time. That was the one thing that I didn't like about the other Bon Voyages, like Hawaii and I think all of them except Malta, they were traveling a good portion of it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I really just liked that they were, like, in the same space. They were able to get comfy, able to, you know, unpack their clothes a little bit.
Right.
Just, like, do a bunch of different things. I just loved it. I also really liked how they asked them before In the Soup.
Ooh, yes.
What they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then they set it all up for them. That was so cute. Like, their little paint setups and their little toys.
I think it was as hands-off as it could be.
Yeah.
For, like, Big Hit. I mean, you could still see the cameramen in the back. But, you know, I think at this point, a lot of them are just close with their staff. And it's not so much, like, this random dude is just filming me in the corner.
I know. I would hope so, at least.
I think so. And they also did a really good job of having those motion-activated cameras. So there were a lot less people filming.
I really liked that. Yeah. I really, really liked that.
So hopefully this time they get to spend the whole time, like, wherever they are. I was really sad about that the first season of In the Soup.
And they, like, kind of skip over it, too, a little bit. They try to, like, push it under the rug, but you can tell. You can just tell. It's, like, a different time, a different vibe. Yeah. Which is fine, but it's In the Soup.
I know.
You know? It's good soup. It's gotta... you gotta stay there. But... so I'm really excited for that. I think that's gonna slap. Also... Didn't you say that 17 was doing In the Soup too?
Yes, 17 did.
That's so interesting.
That's also going to be there for them.
That's crazy.
It caught on. I mean, we like to watch boys just exist.
I know, and that's the kind of content we want.
Right? They can just exist. My favorite portion of the tour, the last tour, was them just being on the bounce house. It was like,
oh my gosh,
I would just watch them all day here. They don't have to sing.
Are you kidding? I did not come to watch them sing. I came to watch them bounce on this bouncy house.
Exactly.
I know. That was literally such a delight. And they had so much fun on it, too. And I think that that's what makes it worth it, that they're having so much fun. Oh, I have to tell you guys, one of my other good friends she actually just moved over to Korea to teach kindergartners. Mm-hmm. And she just texted me this morning and said that, watching BTS run is like so funny now because they just act like her kindergartners.
Oh my God.
And I was like, yeah, they are. They're just so pure.
They are.
And they just have so much fun together.
Mm-hmm.
But along with that,
yes,
times are changing.
Yes, they are.
And as we're recording this now,
mm-hmm.
BTS have not been out of the country since the pandemic, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're scheduled to leave.
They are.
Like sometime this week or next week or something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
And we don't know because they kept the schedule private on purpose, but...
yeah, it makes sense.
They're coming to the UN.
I know.
Which means we get another UN speech.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
Right?
We were just watching June's...
yes.
2017
mm-hmm.
speech, was it, the other night? I'm curious. I'm excited to see what he says. I mean, by the time that this episode hits the air, I'm sure it's already been released.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited.
And he has such a way with words. That's what really, makes me anticipate it. I'm like, ooh. And I know they've been tweeting about your stories and, asking us to share our stories. I don't know how it'll be a part of it, but I love that they're always trying to interact with us, even though, this speech is about them and, this appearance at the UN is about them. But, they're like, oh, no.
This is us. This is our moment. I know. That's just BTS. I just love them.
It really is. Mm.
Whenever we're like, you did so good, they're like, we did so good.
I know.
You did so good. Like, what good boys. Gosh, what good role models. I can't think of anyone better to do a UN speech that,
And, look at their diplomatic passport holders.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, my gosh.
Literally just, I don't know.
I know.
That happened, and then, my timeline was all, 2013 Bangtan.
I know,
how would they feel about it,
Oh my gosh. The comparisons. The comparisons always get me.
I know.
Gosh.
And then we had Coldplay happen.
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Me too.
Mm.
Yeah, so they're going to be featured, as we're recording this, they're going to be featured. It's probably, already old news by the time this hits the air. I'm super sorry. But they're going to be featured on Coldplay's new single.
Yes. My universe.
Yeah.
We're excited.
We're very excited. I think they have good chemistry with Chris.
Yes.
So that's what I'm really looking forward to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That interview they did was really cute. And actually, guys, I'm, really surprised that they're coming. Because, to be completely honest, me and Lauren went back and forth on this for, a while. I'm like, I don't think they're really going to come.
I know.
We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Literally, Delta is, rising over here. Hospitals are at a high.
We're the worst country to come to right now.
I know. But we're also very vaccinated. I think as of right now, we're more vaccinated than Korea is.
We are. But I would say that's arguably more because of access to vaccines than it is. Yeah. I think they just have less access than we do. We have many more. And then we have people who choose not to. So.
Yeah, we have... Yeah, please, if you're listening to this and you're not vaccinated, take this as a sign to go get vaccinated if you're not.
All of BTS is vaccinated.
All of BTS. If BTS get vaccinated, what are you doing not being vaccinated?
And the 100+ staff members they're coming with are all vaccinated too.
Exactly.
So, guys.
Gosh. I know I am surprised, but I'm also at the same time not surprised because I didn't watch June's birthday V Live yet.
Okay.
But I did watch a couple highlights from it, and you can just tell and you can see in his eyes how upset him and I'm sure the other boys are also of not being able to see armies, not being able to really get out. They're stuck there. Yep. And I think that messes with them a lot, especially after their last tour was Speak Yourself, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It feels like forever ago.
Right?
But then again, it also feels like it was just last year almost. I don't know. time in the pandemic is weird.
Yeah, right? Everyone is in just this weird time warp. I'm like, is it still Tuesday?
I know.
It's still Tuesday, guys. We're recording this on a Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesdays are our recording days. I know. It's crazy. But speaking of the concert,
yes,
we actually got refunded.
We did,
we
guys.
Got that BTS stimmy.
So PSA, if you went through StubHub, it was StubHub, right?
We went through StubHub, yeah.
Yes, if you went through StubHub and you are willing to wait on that phone for like 2 hours, because I was on the phone for 2 hours, you can opt to get a refund instead of a credit. So if you do not know that, this is us telling you.
Yeah.
Please go out there and call them
worth it.
And get your refund.
I know.
Because what are you going to do with a credit?
Exactly. There's nothing going on right now, so...
And I'm pretty sure, because me and Lauren, we just constantly talk about BTS, guys. I'm sorry.
That's literally, I like come home from work and I'm like, hi Alicia, so how was your day? Very nice. This is my day. Okay,
yeah.
so BTS.
So we were talking about the whole ticketing process and we're like, I don't think it's going to ever be StubHub again or Ticketmaster.
Oh, I know.
I really think that they've used this time when this whole fiasco to come out with a ticketing platform like they have in Korea, because they do have their own platform there, and I don't think we'll ever see Ticketmaster again.
Yeah.
I don't know, could be wrong.
I hope to God we don't. But at the same time, in that same breath, I'm like terrified of what they're gonna show us, because if it's some, I love Weverse, Weverse gods, if you're listening, I have nothing against you. However, it's not my favorite social media platform.
Agreed.
In general.
Agreed.
And I just have a feeling, and I think you were actually the one that said this first, that if there's a ticketing website, it would be through Big Hit, and it would be through Weverse.
Probably.
So.
I mean, could be wrong, but Weverse has a lot of artists, so it would make sense for them to make it into a ticketing / live stream / I can see them doing it.
That way they get full profit.
Right.
Question. Do you think it would be a raffle, or do you think it would be more like Ticketmaster where you get to pick your seats still?
Hotly debated.
Yeah.
Because in South Korea, it's a raffle.
Exactly. But can you do that here in America?
Good question. I don't know. If Big Hit is smart, no, they cannot do a raffle here. Yeah. In the U.S. Because would we still buy tickets? Yes, we would. Would we have the same experience? Arguably not. Yeah. You know? So, I don't know if it would necessarily work with the way American culture is used to ticketing in concerts, which is you enjoy it with your friends. It's more about who you go with. And also, like, in that same regard, young kids go to concerts. I don't know what it's like over in Korea, but, like, kids under 18 should be with, or, maybe not 18, maybe, like, 12 or so. Yeah. And there are fans like that. They're young fans, and their parents buy them tickets. If you're now in a raffle and mom's like over on the other side of the stadium and this 12-year-old's on their own, yes, that's an issue. I think they have seated for that. They do, okay. Yeah, I think if you're on the floor, there are certain stipulations where like you can't be under 18 or like so I think all the floor seats are raffled, and then all the seated seats are like. They're just, you pick your seat. But we have yet to see. We don't know. It took them literally 2 years to get done with this whole Ticketmaster thing. So who knows what will happen. 2 years. They held our cash. Right. And if you have a credit with StubHub, it's only good till 2022, just FYI. Oh my gosh. It's good till December 2022. But again, if you're not a concert goer and you were like us and had $1,500 on StubHub, then maybe you want the cash back. Okay. Just out us. we did. Unfortunately. When you buy multiple tickets for multiple days, it adds up. It does add up. And you were really the MVP for staying on that hold line for so long and doing all that. I'm glad, though. Glad we got it back. And then Ticketmaster also did refunds. So hopefully everyone got those back. Yeah. And it was crazy because it was so long ago. So in our experience, we have
like a little group that we go with. It's me, Alicia, and then our friend. And we like for the life of us could not remember how we divided everything up. I was like, I deadass went to Alicia and I was like, there's no way like we did something crazy, right? Like we definitely didn't do like a okay, let's pay for this and then you pay for the hotel and I'll give you $60 for this and do this whole math equation. And Alicia was like, yeah, no, we would never do that.
And then literally our other friend pulled up our text messages and we're like, yep, we did that.
We
like,
absolutely.
Ooh.
So we had to figure out.
Literally.
I didn't understand then. I still don't understand
now. Scrolling
now.
through Venmo, like who paid for what and why?
Oh my gosh, you were that, but you like thought of how to do it all. You were like, I was amazed.
I still don't remember it, guys. I don't remember how we did this. Literally, it happened and then it left my mind.
I know. We had to go over it like 3 times with each other. Like, this is right?
Yeah.
Like, this is right.
Oh my god.
Gosh. But, I mean, when you're in the moment, you don't think, like, we had no idea a pandemic was going to happen.
Right? And even though we had that option really early on to get refunds, like, I think in May.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster was, like, offering refunds. Like, we didn't know.
And we had good seats.
Yeah. And
so
we
why
literally
would we give that up?
We didn't want to give the seats up. And we had never been through a pandemic. So, you know, oh yeah, it'll be over by December.
Exactly.
And here we are. September 2021.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's just crazy.
Ugh.
But, I mean, I'm glad that we got the cash back, but I'm also, at the same time, like, kind of sad.
Of course.
You know, because, I mean, especially, like, our seats, like you and my seats, on the second day at Chicago, we're going to be lit.
Yes.
Like, we're talking floor seats.
Where
like,
we could see.
Yeah. And when we're little people.
Yes, we're 5 feet tall, both of us.
I know. So, you know, getting good seats, like, being on the floor and getting good seats is like a, you know, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
People behind us can see. We're not going to be able to see.
Nope.
So, I was so excited for that. But, you know, maybe this is all going to work out in the next concert. The fact that they're coming over here is a good sign.
Yep.
You know.
And guys, we really did. We found out they were coming to New York and we're like, can we do it?
Oh my gosh.
Can we do a trip to New York? Well, really, I did it. Okay, guys.
I know. Alicia came to me and she was
like, you know, they're coming to New York.
She was like, it's only a 9-hour drive from here. You know that, right?
Well, we got to that part of the discussion because the flights were like,
I know,
$600 and like, unfortunately, Columbus is not really a major international airport, so you can't go direct Columbus to like
anywhere. Like anywhere at all. They say it's international.
Yeah,
it's literally not.
I remember the first time. This is the first time I came back to the airport, and I was like, Lauren, it's only one terminal.
Yes, that's right.
I had come to Columbus International Airport like 5 times already.
I know.
And it took like the 6th time for me to be like, oh, hey, there's only one terminal?
I know.
Yeah, there's only one terminal, guys.
That was so funny.
So.
It's like, I'm so sorry.
I know.
It does need to expand, though, in my opinion. Like, it's way overdue for it to expand and, like, meet the growth of this city.
Right.
But, what do I know?
Here we are. Doing possibly this 9-hour road trip.
Literally the most. I know.
But we don't know. We don't know if they'll be here, so.
I know. A next podcast episode might be in New York.
Right? Hey, guys, we're on the subway. We're tracking them down. No, we're not those kinds of fans.
No, we would never.
Promise.
But we were talking about, like, if they did, like, a Good Morning America, or, like, you know how they do those, like, interviews where they let fans in? You just have to wait, like, a day or two in line.
Or even just, like, anything outside. Literally, we're so desperate right now, guys.
I know, just to, like, see them and,
It's been so long.
I know. And it's the fact that, like, we're together. That's step one.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it was always like, I mean, maybe we could.
Right.
I mean, you know, we would, like, feel each other out. Like, do you want to? Maybe. But it's, like, you know, different states away. But now we're already together, you know. So.
We'll see.
It's hard because we don't have their schedule, which I understand why.
Right. Completely.
They don't want anyone conjugating. They don't want big crowds.
Right.
But I also, it's hard because, you know, you don't know. They could say, like, hey, we're doing this interview in, like, 5 hours. And we can't get there.
Oh, of course not, yeah.
You know?
So, we're really just, I don't know. we're playing it by ear.
We're playing it by ear, yeah.
Basically. Although 9 hours is a long road trip, but you know.
But, I mean, if we're doing it together, it would be fine.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
You have.
So. The only thing about that road trip is the toll roads.
Yes, you did mention that.
Yeah.
We're great planners.
Alicia's a wonderful planner.
We'll take care of the toll roads.
I am just along for the ride.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Alicia's so funny. As we were planning some of our Purple Bloom stuff, like, I blink and she's already got an Excel document, like, up and, like, filled out.
Fees.
Fees with all these tabs. It was perfect.
This is why we work.
I know. But,
yep.
So I think we can wrap it up here.
Yeah, it was all over the place, guys.
All over the place. Welcome back.
Right?
We missed you guys, though.
We did.
We'll talk more in the next episode about different kinds of things. We have some exciting things for our podcast to talk about. We got some book recommendations and things to talk about. We got some more BTS stuff to talk about. Some more life updates because we got, I mean, especially Alicia has like some big life updates, so
well, maybe by the time we're ready to record, Lauren will also.
Yeah, so, hopefully. Oh, hopefully, yeah. Knock on wood. Hopefully there will be some good life updates. Job wise, I'm not getting pregnant or anything. I want to make sure that that's really clear.
Nobody's pregnant, guys.
Okay, no one's pregnant. So
practice safe sex.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Love you.